Hi, I'm Shaul. I have this obscene habit of keeping myself educated about the innovation pertaining to consumer photography. Over the years, my reaction to that sort of news has gone from sheer excitement to indifference to a slight annoyance. Innovation these days is mainly negative regarding my needs in the real world. I started to do more serious digital photography in 2008, and then every incremental improvement, every new feature was actually useful. It made my life easier. It had an impact on the output of the cameras. And it excited me to see the rate of uh, innovation. I used to buy a new camera almost on a yearly basis. But then came a phase of camera innovation where the quality of the results I got and the experience of using the camera were just good enough. They matched my needs. I became agnostic about new features. I remember in 2016, I think, when the Olympus EM1 Mark II came out, it featured 18 frames per second in continuous shooting with autofocus. And for me, as I did mainly documentary photography of people, it was just irrelevant. Of course, this camera had other compelling features like the ability to properly work with the older four-thirds lenses that made me buy it. But I never used this fast, continuous shooting. I never used pre-capture or those other advanced computational features that uh, were brought with that camera. I don't know night photography, so I never used composite shooting, where the image develops on your back screen as it is being exposed. Nowadays, innovation becomes not only unnecessary, it becomes a liability. And I'm talking mainly about resolution. High resolution was never needed. To me, 12 megapixels or maybe 16 megapixels are quite sufficient. Anything beyond that means that I need more storage. I mean, need more time to process those images, to copy them to my computer. The really high resolving cameras of 40, 50, or 60 megapixels are just too much. They demand new hardware dedicated to processing those images. And that is completely unnecessary. It means that the camera has to work harder to crush all these numbers, all this data. So you get overheating. Readout speed of the sensor in electronic shutter becomes too slow. So new sensor technologies like stacked sensor become necessary. And then you hit the limit of dynamic range because more of that sensor area has to be dedicated to processing and buffering data instead of capturing light. It all becomes too much. And I believe most of us have never asked for any of this. It's a vicious cycle. Once upon a time, I could buy a state-of-the-art camera with 16 megapixels and be happy with it. Nowadays, the minimum you can get is 24 megapixels on a full-frame sensor. But it is moving upwards. The very new camera models are already at a minimum of around 32 or 33 megapixels. When looking at an image from a comfortable viewing distance, where you can see the whole width of the image at one glance, and that includes video too, your eyes can discern only around 2,700 positions across the width of that image. That means that anything beyond around 5 megapixels is redundant. In video terms, it's around 2.7K. But you would need a little bit more for straightening a wonky horizon or have a little bit of leeway for cropping. So I'd say that 12 megapixels are more than enough. 4K in video is more than enough. In video, you don't do much cropping, all right? You would need some leeway to be able to stabilize the image in post-processing. But remember that every time you crop, the ratio between the final displayed image and the area of the captured image becomes larger. So you lose quality. Noise becomes more prominent. Fringing, chromatic aberration becomes thicker. And there are all sorts of flaws and artifacts, both optical and electronic, that are amplified as you crop. And it seems to me that the ability to crop governs innovation in camera technology to a ridiculous extent. One of the implications of those insane resolutions of sensors has been the need to over-engineer the optics. Lenses these days have special glass elements that do nothing to the images except make them more clinical, flatter, less similar to what we experience with our own eyes. Every new high quality lens that is designed these days has to offer a very clean image. It has to be detailed, it has to be extremely sharp and devoid of any obvious flaws, especially chromatic aberration. So every lens that is announced is designed to create flat images. Well, almost every lens. Some lenses are still made with character or more rounded, natural rendering. But those are few and far between. Lens technology relies heavily on extra low dispersion glass and on special aspherical elements that are made to a very low tolerance that cannot be made of optical glass. They are made of plastic. The entire lens resembles a lens that is put in front of a smartphone sensor. And the images look the same. You cannot really tell between an image made with a smartphone in good light and an image made with a 60 megapixel full frame camera, because the optics are basically very similar. If you want a nice prime lens with a natural, rounded, deep rendering, you should look at lenses introduced before around 2012 or so, maybe 2015. After that, high-resolution sensors became ubiquitous, and lenses started to be designed by computer to solve chromatic aberration, all those other flaws. I'm talking about autofocusing lenses. Of course, there are many manual lenses still made, especially by Chinese manufacturers, but also by Japanese ones like Cosina, that makes Falklander lenses that maintain that more traditional, nicer design. Zoom lenses, autofocusing zoom lenses came to their peak a lot earlier. If you want a nice one, you should look at lenses announced before the year 2000 or so. After that, zooms became too clinical. Of course, if you look at the images at pixel level, you can tell the difference. Modern lenses, especially modern zooms, have a much cleaner rendering. But the thing is that the viewer of your photograph does not really observe those flaws. That brings me to another thought. Once you found a lens you like, just stop looking. The probability of there being another lens that is significantly better, more suitable to the style of your photography is probably zero, even if another lens is a little bit nicer. It will not be discernible. The difference will be rather small. And I'm guilty of that. Perhaps I'm more guilty of that than anyone else, because I'm a little bit obsessed about lenses. It was not once, but often that after I found a lens I really liked, I kept looking and kept hoping that there might be something else, even nicer, even more modern, with other features that are absent in my favorite lens, like a better autofocus, like a smaller size, like better communication with my modern mirrorless camera. But that never happens. I made many mistakes. I bought many lenses that are disappointing. Even traditionally designed modern lenses are flatter than those older lenses that were made with lower resolution in mind. My favorite camera these days is this relic, the Nikon D4S. It's a 16 megapixel sensor camera, which is just enough. It's more than enough, really. It has great dynamic range. It is reliable. It is heavy enough. It's fast. The heft of the camera means that you mount a heavier lens on it, a lens that is properly designed. It means that you do not need any stabilization, because the camera has an inertia. It doesn't shake very easily. Even in video, it is really solid to hold it. Its viewfinder is fantastic. It's large and bright, and it gives you a 100% view of the scene. Perhaps most importantly, it's a camera that is designed to spit out finished images. So the image quality straight out of camera is great. It even has an Ethernet socket for fast transport of JPEG images, because it's a camera that was designed for photojournalists, for fast turnover of images. The autofocus featured in cameras like this was great. I don't need anything better. I don't need subject recognition. I don't need more advanced tracking. It just works. And it is built properly. It can work in any condition. It doesn't need babying. I'm not afraid of dropping it, of scratching it. However, with all those advantages, it's not a perfect camera. It suffers problems that are intrinsic to DSLRs, like the parallel light pathways with any mirrored camera means that lenses can front or back focus, and you need to adjust them. And that is a bit of a faff. And of course, it's not great for video. DSLRs were never good video cameras. except for the very last ones made that had a separate autofocusing module just for video and for live view. I would love if someone, any manufacturer, made a camera like this in a modern reincarnation. Of course, it would have to be mirrorless, but it could have a low resolution. Well, it's not going to happen because no one is going to buy it. People are suckers for resolution. Why? I don't know. There's no need for this kind of high resolution. There will be no nice poppy lenses to put on such a camera because no one would make them. As I said, modern lenses, even if they are traditionally designed, even if they are made to produce a nicer image, like this Nikon 50mm f1.4 made for the Z mount, are just not as nice as their older ancestors, like this Nikon 58mm f1.4 G that was made around 13 years ago. Let me mount both those lenses on the camera that is shooting me now, and I'll show you what I mean. The lens shooting me now is that Nikon Z 50mm f1.4. As you can perhaps notice when you look at my face, it's a nice lens. It's quite poppy. It keeps my facial features natural, but it's still a little bit clinical. Let me show you what the older lens, the 58mm f1.4 looks like. Now I'm shooting with that Nikon 58mm f1.4 G. It's an F-mount lens, so it has to be adapted to my mirrorless camera, the ZF. Perhaps you can already see it's a little bit warmer looking. That's a result of more refraction going on. The light going through the lens is bended in a more dramatic way than when mounting this 50mm modern lens on. And as a result, the image is really poppy. It is rounded. It looks very similar to what we experience in our daily life. If you sat next to me, this is what my face would actually look like. My point is that after purchasing this lens, I was looking for even nicer, poppier lenses in the same focal length, more or less, that is very suitable for portraits, the way I shoot portraits anyway. Now I bought the Falklander 58mm f1.4 that is of legendary status. Is it nicer than the Nikon 58G? Well, not really. I cannot really tell the difference. The images made by both lenses are indistinguishable. Then I bought the uh, Makey 55mm f1.8, more modern lens made for mirrorless cameras that has a reputation for being a little bit uh, poppier than other modern lenses. It is definitely not as nice as this one. Of course, it's more convenient. It has a faster autofocus motor than this one. This lens clicks a little bit as it autofocuses on a mirrorless camera. It is not designed for this type of contrast detection autofocus. It also has less breathing that Maker lens. But is the image the same? Is the output the same? Definitely not. It's more clinical. It is cleaner. It is more suitable for high resolution cameras. While this lens shows its age, shows its flaws, but it also shows its quality as a very suitable lens for shooting living things, especially people. What does the future hold then for photographers like me? Well, in the meantime, I can always use a camera like this one. It has a long life. Its shutter is suitable for about 400,000 exposures. But eventually it will die. I don't know when. At the current rate, it still has perhaps 10 years of life in it. I can keep scavenging on the second-hand market, look for new cameras that can work well with those older lenses. But that prospect is obviously limited. After that, I will need to rely on the mirrorless technology to produce the images I like. Will future cameras still offer that back compatibility with the older lenses that I like? I'm not so sure. Some of the lenses, the screw drive autofocusing lenses, are already obsolete when you consider the advances in autofocusing technology. There are some adapters made by third-party manufacturers that can make sure that autofocus still works with lenses made for different mounts. However, those adapters are reverse engineered, so they are always one firmware update away from becoming paperweights. Perhaps my best hope is that new manufacturers raises their head and starts producing cameras and lenses that I really like. There's clearly a space created in the market for such a camera system. We cannot hope that the existing manufacturers will rise to the challenge because innovation goes in the other direction. Market demand generally speaking, is going after more resolution, more speed, at the expense of nicer, more natural rendering, more appealing images. And that is unfortunate, but I don't think it can be changed. There's nothing we can do about it. I would like to hear your thoughts about this dead end of the camera industry. What would you like to see in new cameras, in new lenses as we are going forward? Please let me know in the comment section below. If you like videos like this, if you like my channel in general, please consider buying me a coffee. It's a nice gesture between gentlemen. Thank you for watching, and see you again soon.